Here we go then, lads, the beginning of my FIFA 13 manager mode, and as you expect I've decided to start again with Leeds United. As you see, I'm going to jump into the manager mode career here, and I've decided to go for Leeds because I feel it's going to take a good couple of seasons for us to get up into the Premier League and for us to actually end up winning it. I reckon about 4 to 5 seasons with the squad they've got, because they've got a few kind of nice young players coming through. So starting with Leeds gives us a nice basis. You see they've got they did have an alright wage bill. They had 100,000 a week, so that's not too bad. So as you see here in the setting, we decided to go on professional because obviously I'm not the best FIFA player so far, but I'm not too bad. If I find that a little easy later through the career mode, I might switch it up. And I've decided to put the Champions League on, or the Champions Cup as it is, and I've reshuffled it because they didn't really have some of the big names in there. So see, it's reshuffled now. We've got the likes of Barcelona, Chelsea, Arsenal, all that in there. So I'll just put that on just for a bit of fun to see what would happen there. And you see I've gone for the latest squads as well, just so it's as realistic as possible. Leniency, I left it at what it was because obviously being a FIFA 10 player as I was a couple of weeks ago, I'm not quite sure what it was like on there, so I've decided to leave that at the basics. So throughout as we progress, you might be able to see me progress going from the professional level up to world class. I don't think I'm going to go legendary because I think I'll get absolutely smashed unless my squad is getting better and better. I think I'm going to try and build my squad as we go through. I'll take you through the squads when we get into it, so you can kind of meet the players and see how I think they're going to progress. And you see, I'm going to be Mr. MeiseTV, signing for Leeds United here. And as I said, we're going to move on here. He's gone for the old shirt and tie navy look with the fair, slim body type. So I think it's a shame they didn't put anything up in here so it would change you. Didn't have a little avatar or something showing you your nice suave shirt and tie you're wearing, but you know, I think I'll get over that. So we're going to advance on here and obviously get into the loading menus, going through Leeds United on Sky Sports HD, saying there I'm very excited about the future with MeiseTV on board. With that loaded then, it has obviously took me to the kind of manager mode hub, and obviously this is very, very different to the FIFA 10 one which I'm used to. So I thought I'd take a couple of minutes here just to kind of read what it was all about. So moving on to the squad then, this is kind of what you're really interested in this beginning episodes. Obviously in the next episode, with the transfer window being open straight away, I'm going to be going in, looking at who I think is going to be good for the next season, who I think we need to build upon, and bringing new players forward. See, 3-star Leeds, not too bad, not as bad as they were in FIFA 10, so it's going to be a little bit easier. You see, we have some really, really nice talent on display here, definitely young ones as well, with the odds kind of more mature, experienced player chucked into the mix as well. You see, and just in the starting 11, we've got Sam Byron. I think he's 19-year-old. He can play right back and right mid. So yeah, I think he's going to be really, really good. I've seen him play in real life as well, and he was really kind of pacey down those side wings. So I'm hoping they've kind of carried that across into the game, because definitely down the wings, especially with the Leeds formation. When I came into it, I kind of thought this is formation I can work with because I use width an awful lot. So with the 2 wide wingers, the centre attack and midfield player of Al-Hajj Diouf, which they managed to get him actually on a contract finally. So he'll be going down the middle, obviously feeding my lone striker, which I do believe is Becchio at the moment, with the 2 wingers down the side, Byron and Polion, I think it is. Obviously both of them are really, really young, so I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see how they actually develop throughout the season. But there's going to be quite a few changes which I'm going to try and make in this transfer window. As you'll see, we have some really kind of old players which I think kind of need. I'm going to sell them on because this is kind of the manager I am. I'm kind of want to get some fresh faces in, and obviously being right at the beginning, it's not really going to disrupt them too much. So I'm going to get some fresh faces in, like Al-Hajj Diouf I might sell, and Kisnobo I might keep or sell because he's really, really good. You see, I might hover over him in a minute. He's got a really high defensive work rate and he's actually really decent for Leeds. So I might be keeping him. I don't know whether I'm going to move him on. But as you see, we go down to the bottom here. We've got, if I can remember who he is, we've got actually Thompson, Zed Thompson, the centre midfielder. I think he's 61 rated, which isn't bad at all, and he's 18 or 19 years old. So he's definitely going to be another one to look out for. Him and Byron, I think, are definitely going to be my two youngsters, which I think will be great to see how they're going to progress throughout the year. And if you look on the bench here, we've got some really nice youngsters on there as well. So they've got some quite nice depth in the lead squad actually, and they were unfortunate not get through to the promotion last season. So I'm hoping in this season of Manager Mode we're going to be able to take them up to the Premier League where I think they should be, and while strengthening the squad. So if you have enjoyed this episode, I'm looking forward to more FIFA 13 videos. Please leave a like, maybe a comment and share it with your friends, because it will be great to see how the show kind of progresses and builds the audience and as a series as it goes throughout. I'll see you guys in the next episode where we will in fact be building the squad. I'm going to be dropping a few tips of who I think you should be buying for career mode if you are a championship side. The youngsters I think are going to flourish throughout the following games. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.